Good afternoon. My name is Ryan Jackson, and this is part of the virtual cashiering training course. Today, what we're going to learn how to do is to balance a till. A till is this item you will see in front of here. It's what holds the money, change, and paper bills. It may also hold a debit card and credit card receipts as well as personal checks. So a couple of things we're going to need to start is enough bills and coins to get us started, but also this count-out sheet that I've created for our uses today. Typically, when we're counting in to a cash register for the beginning of a cashiering shift, the till will have a designated amount in it. That amount is typically around $100. So before you start your shift and take any money from customers, you want to make sure that the drawer that you are accessing has $100 in it. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and make sure that our drawer has $100 in it. So the first thing that we're going to do is count our quarters. So for our quarters, we have 25, 50 cents, 75 cents, a dollar, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, and $2. So then what we're going to do is use our handy dandy counter sheet, and we're going to put down $2 in the 25-cent denomination mark. The next thing we want to do is count up our dimes. A nice trick for using dimes is that you can count by tens. So let's try that. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That'll make 50 cents. And the way we show 50 cents is by using a period, then the number 5 and 0. And we're going to go ahead and put that on our handy dandy counting sheet. So after we do that, our sheet should look like this. We have $2 in quarters and 50 cents in dimes represented there by the 0.50. Next, we want to count our nickels. We can use the same trick as counting by tens, except this time we're going to count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And next we're going to go to, you guess it, our handy dandy sheet. And we're going to do the same thing as we did before with the dimes. We're going to put a period or a decimal point and 40 to represent that we have 40 cents. And our sheet will now look like this. Lastly, for the coins we want to count is the pennies. We don't need much of a trick here. We just count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to go ahead and put that on our sheet the same way we did with the nickels and the dimes. We're going to put 0.10. And since we don't have any half dollars, I'm just going to put an X there. So now our sheet will look like this. So now what I like to do next is grab our calculator, and we want to add up the amounts that we have here. So we have $2 plus 50 cents plus 40 cents plus 10 cents, which gives us a total of $3. I'm going to put that amount in the total box, and then I'm going to go ahead and circle it. So now it's going to look like this, and it shows that we have $3 total in change. Next, what we want to do is count our cash. We want to be especially careful here because some bills can be crisp and therefore stick together, and the last thing we want to do is miscount our bills because this is not our money and we want to make sure we're being as accurate as possible. The best way to do this is to keep a folded up wet napkin or a sponge, or some people will use their hands and their own saliva to do this. This is not recommended during COVID, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is wet a paper towel. Now that we've got our wet paper towel, we're going to go ahead and count our 20s. We have one $20 bill, so we're going to go ahead and, you guessed it, put it down on our sheet. In the $20 section, we will put $20. Now for our $10 bills, we have 10, 20, 30. So now we're going to go ahead and put down $30 in our $10 section. So far, our sheet should now look like this. Next, we're going to move on to counting our $5 bills. So we have 5. Oh, they're getting sticky. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's $30 and $5 bills. And we're going to write that down where? Right on our sheet. So now our sheet so far should look like this. Lastly, we're going to make sure we want to count the $1 bills. You're going to tend to have more $5 bills and $1 bills than any other denomination, only because people will tend to pay with 20s and 10s when they can, and you want to make sure that you have enough change to give them. So we will cover in another video what to do if you run out of change and you're given a bill that's too large for you to cash. But for our sake, let's just finish counting up our drawer. So we're going to finish up with our $1 bills. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And we're going to go ahead and put that where? Right back on our paper. So now our sheet should look like this. You can see that we have 17 $1 bills, $30 in both $5 bills and $10 bills, and we have $20 in $20 bills. So now what we want to do is get out our calculator and do the math and put that in the total box. So 20 plus 30 plus 30 plus 17 will give us a total of $97. And I'm going to go ahead and circle that like I did the last time. So now the two circled amounts we have, $97 and $3, are what we want to call the total of our till. So 97 plus 3, and in case you can't do it off the top of your head, that's fine. We can grab our calculator. So we have 97 plus $3 equals 100. So I'm going to go ahead and write down total $100. So that's how our final sheet's going to look. And now you're ready to start your shift. So any money you take forward from this point, you will know that you started your shift at $100, and at the end of your shift, when you count out, we want to make sure we leave the same amount of money in there. The money that's extra is the money that we made through transactions throughout the day. That's what's going to be called the profit for the day, or the drop, which again we'll cover in another video. For our sake today though, that is how you balance your till and start your shift.